pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, Cindy.
Thank you.
I have no additions to the agenda, we have one. We will have an executive session of personnel.
And that's it.
That's it.
Move that we add executive session to the agenda.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, Michael?
Aye.
Jeff? Tom?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. I have no remarks. We have no public here unless Cindy wants to talk. Okay,
I can hardly hear you, Sandy.
There's only one microphone in
There's
front of me
only
that
one
works,
microphone.
unfortunately.
okay, we'll try to speak up. Alex is hoping to be here,
I
so
talked to
we will have him speak when he gets here. Approval of minutes from July 19th.
I move that we approve the minutes from Tuesday, July 19th as written.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor, Michael?
Aye.
Jeff? Tom?
Aye.
Jane?
Aye.
Motion carries. Welcome, Alex.
How are you?
Right on
Oh,
time.
there he is.
A couple minutes late, myself.
That's okay, we got something out of the way. Okay, you are up, sir.
I am up, and you're looking for just a quarterly update of what's going on with the department?
Yes,
And,
please.
I think since the last time we've met, which I think has been a while since I've given you something super formal, we've put together a training committee. We're working on just developing a more structured and systematic approach to our training. So that's been coming together well. They just met last week for the first time. Lieutenant Cross was promoted to captain, and we're in the process of electing a couple of lieutenants. So we're working on building up our officer base. Let's see, I know one thing that we've been working on for a while is the brush truck and trying to get that process moving forward as a capital replacement. That's been kind of slow, especially with just the vehicle climate and just getting pricing and availability, and when you find something, just so they've kind of they've scaled that back a little bit for now until things calm down a little bit with that. I think it's in the best interest of the town. I think we've got the brush truck that we have is it serves our needs at the moment. It's old, it needs to be replaced, but at the same time, I think it's it's not hurting us by being delayed some for that. And then they're just trying to look at the big picture and just get the most of what we can for what we're purchasing. Get a little bit more flexibility with it. The radios have been ordered. We did appreciate your approval with that. That'll be super helpful. And so I think I was actually surprised the lead time was fairly, he said 2 or 3 weeks or something, he should have them in. So I know Motorola I was hearing 6 months out and stuff. So I was pleased with that. We haven't noticed any changes with the transition with Brattleboro and Rescue Inc. and all that stuff. Our services are still staying the same. We haven't, I hate to say it, or I'd like to say it, because we've actually been things have been fairly calm. We haven't been super busy as far as call volume goes. But what we have seen, the services remain the same. We haven't seen any changes with the transition. It sounds like Rescue's made some adjustments with their equipment stuff, where they're placing stuff. I think they've got some staff up in the valley assisting or something, and there's some things they've changed, but we haven't really seen any effects of that down here, so that's good. I think what else as far as bullet points, those were the main things that came to my mind right off. I don't know if you guys have any questions for me as far as where things are at, or
Michael?
No.
Jeff? Congratulations to Captain Kraus.
yes.
Tom?
Well, good, thank you.
It is nice to see your
Yeah,
bills on time.
Yeah, no, nice, and seeing the pictures with all the training that's going on is
Yeah,
very good.
I tell you, the stuff that gets put out, Tim Alexander does a lot of it. Just the stuff that's being put out to the town, it's nothing I'm doing, and
Right.
they're doing a really good job at it. Just keeping everybody kind of informed as to what we're doing, and I think it's great. We do have a couple of newer members. Michael's on board. And then there's a couple of ladies, Katie Halkett, Sabrina Kraftchuk, and then Kate Foley, who was on prior to, and then she's becoming more active and stuff. So that's been a huge help, having some extra folks in. Trying to get people interested in getting their Firefighter 1 certification, but that's been a challenge. It's 180 hours now, and it's spaced out over, I don't know, close to 6 months. It's a huge commitment, and just it's hard to get people to fit that into their schedules. So that's tough. I don't know, there's been a couple folks who said they'd really like to do it. I don't know if they'll be able to make it in or not. Michael signed up for there's a pumping and driving operating class in Brattleboro that's fairly rigorous and intensive, and so that'll be good that he can go up and get that for us. That'll be a huge help. So we're trying to keep people moving forward, trying to keep people interested, and it's been good. I think we've got a good group. We've still got a long ways to go. We're still, I wouldn't say that I'm comfortable with our staffing levels. I'd love to see more folks on, but at the same time, the folks that we have are good, and we've got a lot of surrounding towns who are extremely helpful. I know the fire on Meadow Road was super helpful to have just the surrounding chiefs, the area towns come in, and they answered a lot of questions for me. They helped me, make decisions, and just super supportive and extremely helpful with everything. So we got a lot of support out there, so we're grateful for that.
Arnie across the street, I talked about the the other day, had nothing but good things to say about the department. He's really impressed with everything.
Good.
He's right there staring every day, so.
Good. And as always, if there's anything, if you have any questions, if there's something you want to know more about, if you're concerned about something, if whatever it is, I want to hear it so that we can try and keep things moving forward on positive path. I will say this summer's been difficult for me. It's just been just the workload at work has been it's been heavy, and just the mental capacity with all that has been it's been a challenge. Summers are always the busy time for me, and winters tend to be a little bit better. So trying to keep things moving forward in a reasonable pace, and then hoping to push things along a little bit more in the winter months. So that's the goal, and as long as we're looking ahead, I think that's a good thing.
Thank you very much. We're very impressed with your department.
Thanks, Chief.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Don't forget, if you have any questions, to always call.
I probably don't call enough.
Shelley's got a wealth of information over there.
She's been extremely helpful, and I probably don't utilize her enough. So.
Only a phone call away. Or
Appreciate
shoot
it.
me an email. Yeah, no worries.
Yep.
Thank you for your report.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, moving on, warrants.
All right. I move that we approve payment of the following warrant. 3T accounts payable, $46,131.66. 29S payroll, $12,495.28. And 30S payroll, $12,817.88.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor, Michael?
Aye.
Jeff? Tom?
Aye.
Jane? Aye. Carries. Admin report.
On July 25th, 7 staff members had attended the AED CPR training, and now we have 7 staff members that have a 2-year certification. It was a wonderful, wonderful class. Our 2 new copy machines have been installed last Wednesday. It's making things a lot easier for faxing and much more reliable copy-wise and better qualities. Let me see, the 9 security cameras have also been installed in and around Town Hall. If anyone's interested in learning about the system or would like access to look at those live, we have an app and I can give you access to that. So if anyone's interested in looking at those, I'd be happy to show you. The Board of Civil Authority heard an appeal on the Great River Hydro property. The Board of Civil Authority rendered a decision that the parcel in question is currently the subject of an ongoing court case, and this appeal should be included in those proceedings. Next Wednesday, I'll be in Randolph attending the Vermont Community Leadership Summit, just an FYI. And the Conservation Commission has partnered with Windham County Natural Resources Conservation District through a grant and will be assisting the Conservation Commission in an invasive species assessment of the J. Maynard Miller Municipal Town Forest on September 12th at 9 a.m. It is stipulated in there that a municipal representative be present and involved. I volunteered to be present. However, if anyone's interested in attending and doing the walkthrough, it'll probably be about 3 hours,
Will Seth be with you on that too?
if he's available.
Okay.
Yeah,
What day of the
He's-
week is that?
it's a Monday. So he was notified, I think those 3 dates, they came up with the 12th. So I said I would definitely be present.
Excellent.
And that's all I have.
That's a
Any
lot.
questions? Okay. New business, wage, salary survey, and compensation study.
Okay, so we received just the one proposal. I think everyone has probably read through it, and I don't know if you're comfortable with entertaining the one proposal, or if you would like to extend this deadline and maybe put it back out to hopefully get more organizations to give us a proposal.
I guess the question on that is, everybody's busy, that's apparent. Will they be less busy if they have another 6 weeks to put a proposal in, or another month? The proposal as submitted is adequate. It's not anything, it's okay. I expected a little bit more from it than what was in it. I emailed you on what relative to the market area. It's fine for what it is, but I would have expected a little more pop for a small community putting up that kind of money.
Mhm. Michael?
Uh,
Jim, do you have questions?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, because one thing I'm trying to remember if it talked about, they're just gonna analyze the salaries, or do they,
They're looking at job descriptions as well.
they're gonna do job descriptions? It says review. That's really bad, because the job description's really bad. Well, the last time this was done was a long time ago. It was about 10 grand then, I think, so considering the years that have gone by. So you just put that out as a general thing for others to,
And I
You-
directly sent it to 4 entities
You
that
did,
that
yeah.
were highly recommended by VLCT.
and you didn't hear anything from them?
I've heard from this organization and one other company that I've used in the past a few times, and they're really good, but they are really busy. They said they would not be able to make those deadlines, so they didn't even want to try to put together a proposal.
The deadlines for completion of the survey?
The question,
Yeah.
because I don't recall, will they be making because job descriptions can vary from town to town, even with the same title. There can be a lot of different duties, because different towns small towns expect their staff to do a multiple number of things. Is the company going to pull those apart to show the differences and the similarities as they come up with a wage classification and step plan? Because they did have a step plan in there, as I recall.
I don't know, because I didn't get into
Okay.
in-depth conversation with them regarding that specifically.
Because you only have 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 employees that you're gonna do?
I think there's a lot more positions. I think we're looking at everything, including seasonal, just an overview though, but we've got a lot of part-time people.
Okay.
So what is your pleasure? Do you wish to go with this company, or do you wish her to put it out again?
What's your recommendation?
Well, it is a fair proposal. What Tom and I had discussed, it's not extremely clear that they are looking at just this region. It seems that they were looking at all of Vermont, but it's not clarified in there. So I think we probably need a little bit more information.
Maybe we narrow that down in a pre-bid conference, or a pre-contract signing conference, and get things nailed down.
Exactly what we expect.
What was the expectation for deadline? By when should they have it accomplished?
I think it's the end of, I think it's August, the end of this month.
To have the survey done?
I'm not sure if it's the beginning, the end of August. I have to look at the deadlines again, but I want to say,
Are they in here?
That's tight.
I think it was like 6
Oh, here we
weeks.
go.
I think it was like a 6-week time frame.
I mean,
Well,
is that-
six weeks is enough to do the town of this size and complexity. It is, but
It may be, in a normal situation where, you indicated that a lot of these other firms are real busy.
Because everyone's in the same boat right now.
Right. I don't know, personally, if you've already communicated with one, they're like, well, we can't do it, just I mean, they're not flat out rejecting doing it, they
No,
just
they're
can't
not.
do it.
Yeah. The key's to have it done before budget season.
Mhm.
Which drags on for a few months.
Right.
I mean, I understand, want to have, it to be timely, otherwise it's not really worth doing this year. But budgets can change.
God, they're changing the week before town meeting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I don't know, I guess personally, I'd rather have more than just one option. But I'm fine either way, but the majority wants to go with it.
Well, let me go back to my comment. I'll make the motion that we vote to enter into contract with this company pending a conversation on scope in those 2 areas or 3 areas where we have issues. Market area, what are they gonna do with the position descriptions? And what are they basing the wage and class on?
Is there a second?
Second.
Are you gonna
I should
extend?
maybe not do that. I'm a town employee.
Well, but but the library trustees govern your day-to-day activities and they submit the wage. You don't submit your own wage or vote on it. They submit the wage in your budget, right?
Okay,
And they approve that,
yes,
then you're
Well, they-
one step away.
yeah. Yeah, it all hinges on what the select board does to us.
Right.
All right, we have a motion on the floor. Is there any further discussion? My question would be, are you gonna extend the time to complete this, or you're adding a step to the process?
Well, as long as it takes for us to meet with them, it should be as long, we'll be extending it by no more than an additional 30 days.
Okay. Is that okay? The seconder? Jim, is that okay with you? All right. All those in favor, Michael,
Aye.
Jeff,
Right.
Tom,
Aye.
Jim,
Aye.
I'm an aye. Thank you very much. Outdoor Recreation Master Plan RFP. Take your pick.
A few copies. So.
We were thorough, we wanted to make sure everyone had a copy.
Might need a copy sheet. I got plenty.
And eyeball.
She made us 4 each.
Tim was very
He needs
helpful.
to learn to do ones.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
while I know there's some cut and paste involved in doing these, I do want to commend the town administrator. This is a good piece of work.
it's a beautiful piece of work. You are commended. Thank you.
So let's see what I'm reading.
Work is fair if you, how many would you like?
I got enough for all the members of the fire department.
So it was reviewed by the planning commission.
They have reviewed it,
They
yeah.
reviewed it and they recommend it.
Yeah, I think this is, those of you that have had the chance to read it, this is a nice job. It's concise and you'll be able to get the RFPs in. So you need a vote on this? To do what? To move forward or to accept or?
What's your question, Jean?
I got a question on a date.
I think that the date.
August 27th, 2021.
Yeah, no, I have to change the dates. I think that's one thing that I brought up to them. They're like, you need to just put the dates in once it's approved. So I was leaving them blank. I thought that they would fill them in.
This is
Approved
actually
it.
in here, in the writing of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of it is, yeah.
Okay.
So you need a motion to move forward or a motion to accept, or?
Motion to accept, motion to accept.
I move that we accept the Town of Vernon Outdoor Recreation Master Plan RFP.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any further discussion? Michael? Tom? John?
No.
All those in favor? Michael?
Aye.
Aye.
John?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, investment strategy. Allison?
Is she still there?
Yes, you.
There she is.
I'm here.
Okay, hi Cindy. We are now on investment strategy.
Okay. You guys all have the spreadsheet I made?
Yes.
As you can see, if you look at the last page, we lost about $500,000 last year. And it's the second year that we've come out having lost money. And I believe, if you remember correctly, at town meeting, there was a couple people that were asking why there was no money to put toward the capital plan, which would come from emergency capital, and I told them it was because we had lost in our investments. I've been concerned about this, and I've brought it, I've mentioned it a couple of times, and I don't know what you want to do, but that's a lot of money. And it's not our money, it's the residents of the town of Vernon's money. It's money that they voted to do something with, and we're losing money. And I don't know if you want to have me have someone from our bank or somewhere else take a look at what we're invested in and see what they think, or what you want to do.
My understanding, the town has invested these funds very conservatively. With little exposure to the stock market. I don't quite understand how we could lose $500,000 with very conservative
Right.
investments,
Yeah.
period. I mean, if anything, I would have come down on the idea, well, I think the funds are invested so conservatively that we're losing out, the town is losing out, but again, it's everybody's money, it's not my money, so. But like I said, my understanding is the town's money is invested very conservatively, so.
Yeah. One of the questions I had is that the last time the investment advisor was here, we rolled a note over into what's considered a safe farmer's,
Bond.
farm credit
Bond.
bond. If there's a lot of those, I don't know how those can lose money. It's a guaranteed rate of return.
Well, but as you can see from my worksheet, we have lost money.
No, there's no doubt.
I don't know what to tell you. That's why I didn't know if you wanted me to have somebody else take a look at it and just, give us their opinion, or what you wanted to do.
Did you ask Gordon? Have you spoken to him?
You guys have talked to Gordon a number of times, and he said, well, the principle's still there, you don't have to worry about that, but the whole point of investing money is to make money on your money. And right now we're losing money, and I know that could change, but every time, this is the second year that we've lost money, which is affecting our funds. So, I don't know if you want to if you guys are not worried about it. I just didn't know if you wanted to have someone else take a look and give their opinion. If they don't have, the money won't be moved anywhere, it'll just be somebody else's opinion. Or if you are fine with it, but it's hard to explain to townspeople when they see a negative balance, why that's happening.
Yeah, you could have put it all in the savings account and made 1/4 or 1%, but you still would have made something.
I mean, that kind of sucks if inflation's 6, 7, 8% a year.
Yeah.
You just can't put money under your mattress, because every day it's worth less than less.
Right. Yeah, I think if you looked at the, that's what I wanted to ask Cindy. Does the state have an investment vehicle for cities and towns? Is it like a municipal depository trust, like a lot of states?
Based on what I was told by someone like before me, that it would cost money to do that, and the select board did not want to have the expense,
But I mean,
so they opted to do it this way.
but I mean, we pay the
I
bank,
certainly can look into that.
I mean, we're already,
According to Gordon, we don't pay anything.
Well, we paid $500,000 this year.
Well, that's what I'm saying. According to Gordon, we're not losing anything, and I understand long-term, he's looking long-term.
Yeah.
yeah, which I think as a town, we need
But-
to.
But this is affecting all of our funds, as you can clearly see. And when we say we have money from the emergency capital reserve fund, any income that we make, any gains, will go toward, helping offset the cost of the capital plan, and now we can't do that. People want to know why. Where's the money gone? And it's like, well, we lost money.
Jeff?
They probably wouldn't question if we made money.
This happened a long time before I was here. This
Right.
happened. And the people were like, got really upset from what I was told at a town meeting, because they kept showing a loss. And I know a couple of people have asked me about it, and now this is a bigger one this year than the prior one. This one's a larger amount. And I know when it hits the town report, there are going to be people that want to know what we're doing, what are we doing about it?
Cindy,
Like I said,
do
like
you,
I said, it's not our money to,
Right.
Okay, Jeff has something to say.
Cindy, do you remember about when that last occurred with the substantial losses and investment strategy was changed?
well, I've been here, I'm on my 18th year, and it was before my time, but it was when
Okay.
Sally was here.
So at least 20 years ago.
And it was a substantial loss, according to what I was told,
Yeah,
and people were very upset.
yeah.
And they wanted it to be looked at, and they wanted it to be invested
More conservative.
so that we weren't losing money.
Yeah, which, as I understand, occurred.
Right. So would it make sense for Cindy to maybe talk to whatever People's Bank is now, or if that,
Well, at least an explanation that.
well, they have a municipal division, and maybe they can
Yes,
take
they
a look.
do.
They can
They
take
do.
a look and see.
We have somebody that I know would look into it, and they wouldn't move anything, that like, it wouldn't change hands or anything. They would just look at it and give their opinion.
Yeah, I think we should.
How much does that cost?
How much will that cost? Mike wants to know.
From what I was told, and I have to double check, because the person that told me at the time has retired, and the bank has changed hands, I would have to double check with Lori, but from what he told me at the time, they would do it as a courtesy, since we already have banking accounts with them.
If it's free, then no reason not to
Yeah,
do it.
I would do it.
That's the consensus of the
I
board.
mean, certainly if there's a charge, I would let you know before I, but they said because we have money with them right now, it would be a courtesy.
Yeah, go for it, as long as it's free.
Okay, the consensus is to go for it, as long as it's free.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
Thank
Alright.
you.
Thank
Thank you for putting
Thank
that
you.
together too.
Definitely.
We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
All right.
Okay, next on the agenda is an executive session on personnel. Mr. Bruno?
Is it for the employment or evaluation or the determination?
Employment
Thank you.
evaluation.
Madam Chair, we enter an executive session as related to the appointment, employment, or evaluation of a public officer or employee.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, Michael? Jeff?
Thank you, Chief.
All right.
Jeff, Tom,
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
And that's to keep Shelley in.
And to keep the town administrator present.
The motion carries. We're in executive session at 7:07. We went to executive session at 7:07, came out at 7:16. No action was taken. Our upcoming meeting schedule, August 16th is the regular meeting at 6:30, unless otherwise noted. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Michael,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Jean. Aye, we are out of here.